It's Chloe here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today we are doing a update video on my Schleich horse herd. I haven't done a Schleich video in a while and I figured let's start with the Schleich horses. I've had a few new members added into the herd and a few people have changed names. So yeah, let's begin. Okie dokie guys, so I'm going to start off with the leader's family. Now these are the only horses that the leader is related to. So this is our leader, his name is Duke and he is the main leader of the herd. He leads the whole herd like wherever they like travel to, because my herd's like wild horses. I don't have any like people, so they've got to be like wild horses. So he's the leader. He's led them for many years. And he has a daughter called Moonbeam and a grandson called Cole. Moonbeam has never really known her mother. Her mother basically vanished when she was born. And even Duke doesn't know what happened to her. We can just assume that she was eaten or something by another animal or captured by humans to be tamed. But yeah, this is Duke's grandson Cole, who will be the future leader of the herd. Okie dokie guys, so this is quite a big family unit, so I'm going to explain it the best I can. So this is Diablo, and Diablo's main mare is Coco, and Coco has a daughter called Rain, and Diablo has also had relationships with Julia, and he has a daughter with her called Ginger. Dash doesn't have a father at the minute. He isn't Diablo's son. Diablo has always wanted a son, but he can only bear like, you know, young mares. He's always had daughters whenever he's like bred with another female. So we don't know who his father is at the minute. All we can just assume is she's wandered off one day, Julia, and found another stallion and mated with him, and that's how Dash was born. Okie dokie guys, so now we've got Four's family. Four is very similar to Diablo. He has two mares. So his main mare is Meadow here. This is Four. This is his main mare, Meadow. And they have a son together called Gizmo, who is basically like very cowardy and isn't quite like a stallion is. You'd expect him to be strong and like determined, but he's actually the opposite. He's very shy and timid. Then Four has had relationships with Ashki, a son called Spirit, which is basically what Four was looking for in a son, but his heart belonged to Meadow, which is right here. So yeah, he's with Meadow at the minute and they have a son called Gizmo, but he does have another son called Spirit with Ashki, which is a completely different mare. So yeah, I thought I would share another big family group with that. Okie dokie, next we have Poppy and her daughter Ruby. Now Poppy's story is before I had Coco, which is this mare, added to my herd. There's Coco's daughter. Poppy agreed with Coco that she would raise Rain because unfortunately Coco had been captured by humans, so wasn't there to take care of Rain. So Poppy took her in, and then Coco comes back out of the blue to join the herd again and falls in love with Diablo again, who is the father to Rain. So Poppy has to face the decision of giving Coco back her daughter, even though she's got this big bond with her, and Rain didn't know that Poppy wasn't really her mother. I know, surprisingly, even though she looks nothing like Poppy, but yeah. But a few months later, Poppy is venturing away from the herd and she spots a stallion and they fall in love, but he's soon captured by humans. But Ruby is then born from this stallion, which we have no idea who he is. So, you know, Poppy kind of gets her prayers answered. She gets her own daughter of her own, and she has like a stepdaughter and a sisterly relationship with Coco from after that. So I thought that was kind of a sweet storyline to have within my herd. Okie dokie guys, so next we have Jun and her daughter Sapphire. Now before Sapphire was born, Jun was a racehorse and she had a very cruel owner who was very mean to her, and she had like a really strict training regime and she hardly had any fun at all. So anyway, as it goes, one day in the stable she meets a male racehorse and she falls in love with him and they have a relationship. A couple of months down the line, she's at a race with him and they're in the same race together. He falls and injures himself and she never sees him again. She has no idea where he is. But by this time she's pregnant with Sapphire over here, so she's scared for her daughter that her daughter will be put into the racing world, which she probably will because her mum was really fast. So her mum manages to escape her owner, her trainer, whatever, and jumps over the fence and just runs, bolts. She's gone. Luckily, a few days later, she manages to find Duke's herd, who were in a few fields nearby where she was. Duke takes her in because of her situation. He agrees to take care of her, and she gives birth to Sapphire here. And Sapphire is a very joyful little foal because of what her mother's done, and her mother is very protective over her. Okie dokie guys, so this is another stallion of mine. His name is Timber. Basically, he's a very old horse. He was used to help plough fields and stuff like that. His owner sadly died, and no one came to collect him or try and take care of him, so he was forced to go roaming around to search for food and stuff like that, or to search for a new home. He bumps into Duke, and Duke agrees to allow him to join the herd until he finds a human that was as kind as his owner. He had a really kind owner. She was a sweet old lady, and she didn't ever overwork him. He was really nicely fed and stuff like that. He was called Timber because her husband was a wood cutter and stuff like that, so they named him Timber after the wood that he'd probably pull. So Timber is quite a very old horse. He's used within the herd to help teach the younger foals, safety and stuff like that in a group, and they all look up to Timber because he's got so much experience and years behind him. But yeah, he's one of my newer Schleich horses that I got. He actually came in the post today before I started filming this video, and I was so happy that he did because now I think my herd is complete because of Timber. Okie dokie guys, the final group of horses in my herd I have to show you are known to me as the Lovebirds. Basically, this is Valentine and this is Cupid. They have been best friends since they were foals themselves. But unfortunately for Valentine, she could never carry a foal full term. Something always happened. She'd always miscarry and stuff like that. So it was a very big surprise to Cupid and Valentine when they finally were able to have a daughter and a son. These are twins. This one is called Scout and this one is called Faith. I tried to give them all love related names because their parents are known as the Lovebirds because they've been together since they were foals themselves. So I thought that was a really sweet story to have with them. Very sad, but a happy big ending because two beautiful foals at the end of it. Faith is a daddy's girl. She is always by her father. She always listens to her father more than her mother. Whereas Scout is more of a mummy's boy. He'll listen to his mother more than his father, even though his father can be very strict, but that is because he wants to protect his young ones. So yeah, that is the Lovebirds. Okie dokie guys, so that was the relationships and my update version of my Schleich horse herd. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you want to see more. Leave some comments down below. Do you think my herd is complete? Do you think it's big enough? Or do you think we could add a few more characters in there, to sort of complete the herd a bit more? And finally, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It would really help me a lot and I would appreciate it so much. So thank you so much for all the support you guys have shown me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all Wednesday for another video. Bye guys. Bye bye.